Hello and welcome to the VanHack podcast. I'm Ilya. I'm super excited today to be joined by Luan, who is a senior developer who was hired about 1 year ago and is now living in Vancouver, Canada for the last year and a bit. He's going to share his story and tell you what he did so you can do the same. Welcome, Luan, to the podcast and congratulations for being a successful VanHacker.
Hi, Ilya. Thank you for inviting me to this. Yep.
Yeah, my pleasure. And just a little bit of context for everyone. The reason why Luan is on this podcast is that I was walking with my wife on the street, and he was walking with his wife on the street, and we saw each other after like 1 year because we had met each other before. But it's been 1 year that we met, and I was like, "Hey, Luan, you want to be on the podcast?" And he said, "Sure." So here we are. Pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Luan, let's get into it. Where are you from? What's your technical background or your professional background? A little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I'm from Brazil, more specifically from Recife, in the northeast of Brazil. My background is on software development. So I worked for a company that does some consulting also. So I would say my whole experience is very mixed between back-end technologies and also front-end technologies. So I have kind of knowledge about both of the things. But today I work mostly with the front end. Um,
Cool.
yeah,
Awesome. And how was your, like, what made you want to relocate? Like, how long have you been planning on this move? Tell me about bring me back to when this idea came to your mind.
yeah, sure. So at least 2 years or even more, like before coming to Canada, because I had the good opportunity to participate in the Leap event from VanHack. That was great for me. But even before that, I remember there was a how do you call that event hackathon, right? That happened. I think maybe it was 2014 or something like that. I actually participated in that.
In the first one?
So in the first one, I was already there, but
Yeah.
I decided not to apply during that moment because it just had like maybe 1 year or maybe two of experience, and I thought I wasn't ready enough.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, I was just like having more experience in my previous company, and there I have some good opportunities to travel to different countries like US, and also I went to Italy. And but I was always thinking about this idea of moving to Canada because based on my research, it seems to be a very good place to live. And now I can actually say for sure because I really like to be here, and also my wife.
Nice.
So I've been planning for some time, just looking like from time to time, looking at the posts from VanHack, looking at the videos that you post also on YouTube, right? So every time I was just with just looking at watching those videos from time to time, just learning more.
People are going to be watching your video on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
nice. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
this is going to go on on the YouTube channel as well as the podcast. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's cool. Full circle. Cool. Well, so that's nice. So you joined and then you kind of weren't ready. You prepared yourself, and then you just mentioned something. You mentioned the VanHack Leap event. Let's talk about that. So you said you were ready. Like let's say 2019 or 2018, you're ready to go. What made you say, okay, this is my time, and then what made you apply to Leap, and maybe explain what is Leap for everyone.
I think it was a mix of things. Like I just mentioned now, in the first hackathon, I wasn't feeling prepared. So after some time, I was feeling like my English was a lot like improved. So I think, and also my skills, like technical skills, right, and everything else. So I was feeling like maybe now would be a good opportunity, and was even considering more to go to Canada, like mostly because based on also the situation in Brazil. So it was a combination of factors. And to me, I do say this to my friends, but it's the best opportunity that someone can have with the Leap event, to be honest, because sorry, in my case, I got the opportunity to travel to Canada and meet some companies that were kind of pre-selected, right? So I got information about the companies. We had training sessions also
Yeah.
to understand the kind of questions and things that they are more interested.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, and other than that, there is also additional like thing that for me was even a bonus, like that I got some payment to cover the costs that I was here
Mm-hmm.
in Canada during this like 1 week that I stayed.
Yeah, so, sorry, just I think it's important because of COVID right now. Like the LEAP program is on hold, just for everyone to understand, and we don't have them. But this happened what time? It was sometime 2018 or 2019, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2019.
Yeah, beginning, I think, of 2019.
Yeah,
It's like
beginning of
April,
10. Yep.
April, February, something like that. Okay, just for everyone to understand the context, because I don't want people listening to this to be like, how did he go to Canada?
Yeah, yeah.
It was 1.5 years ago. So, okay, great. And you came here for a week, you met some companies, and then did you get any interviews, and how was the process with the companies?
Yeah, so I had several interviews. It actually started while I was still in Brazil,
Nice.
which was good because I did all the interviews, like most of the interviews there. So when I came here, I had the opportunity to practice with other people also that were also in the same event, participating, trying to find good opportunities to live in Canada.
Mhm.
And then I pretty much just had to do the final process with the companies where I actually met the people in the company, right? And then it was just a final round. So to me, it was very nice because I got two offers from different companies. I was also able to negotiate the salary, which was very good.
Mm.
But the whole,
Hold on, hold on. Let's not skip over this part. This is important. You got two offers.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, that
How
was
did you
good.
feel?
Yeah.
How did you feel when you got the first one, and then how did you feel when you got the second one?
Oh, the first one, I was like feeling, how can I say, very anxious because you come to the country, so you travel from Brazil, you come here, you do a lot of sessions, you do training, a bunch of
Yeah,
things.
big investment.
And also, yeah, also the presentation that we have to do in the very beginning, the first day to all the recruiters, right? So
Yeah.
there's a bunch of things that you have to prepare. And then you do the interview. And then no one answers anything until the last day. And you feel like, okay, it wasn't so good as I thought. But then suddenly, I think it was when I came back to Brazil that I just got these things. Like I got one offer, and then I got the other one. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Like the same day or 2 days and one after
Uh,
2 days, 3 days?
I think it was probably in the same day or very, very close, like in the day after.
It was like boom, boom, two offers.
Yeah, it was boom, boom. Yeah,
Nice. And then you negotiate the salary, get a little bit better salary. Awesome.
yeah.
And then you decided to work at the specific company you are at now. Did you start working with them remotely, or how was the relocation process?
No, I actually started working with them here already in Vancouver.
Mhm.
So the process took a bit long because it was more specific, I think, to this company because they didn't hire anyone from abroad before. So I was actually the first one.
Cool.
And it took a bit longer, the process, because they didn't know how to do the whole thing. But now I think they're much prepared.
Mhm.
Um, Meanwhile, I was still working my previous with my previous employer,
Mhm.
and yeah, pretty much I think I had to wait one more month after I left from my previous job, and then I got my visa. It doesn't take long, especially if the company that you give you the offer, if they know the process, it should be very fast.
Nice, nice. Okay, cool. So you moved here like June 2019. Nice sunny time.
Yeah.
How was the first few months, the adjustment, cultural shock, anything that was better than you expected, worse than you expected? How was, the real experience?
So for me, I think it was probably easier than maybe other people. I would say that just because I do have some friends who already live here.
Oh, nice.
So it makes things way more easy, right?
Someone
So
took the IKEA with you to set up your
hmm,
furniture.
yeah. So yeah, actually, by the way, I'm living in the same building as they are now, so it's
Oh,
even better. But yeah, having friends here, even when I came the first time to actually participate in the event that one week, they were the ones who actually allowed me to stay with them
oh, that's
in
nice.
there. Yeah, so it was very good. And also we had some time to just explore the city. And the people that I met in the event, they are my friends now, so I still talk to them. One of them came
Oh,
to
really?
to
Who?
my house. Yeah, so all this thing. That's why I think it was easy. So also the weather was very good at the moment because it was summer. And then I had to face the winter, which I kind of expected to be like that because I traveled before and I lived 1 year in Italy before. It's actually very similar where
Mm,
I lived there. So it's not bad. I mean, to me, it's fine. I would hope that the summer would last longer, but yeah, that's life. You can't have everything, right?
yeah, yeah. Who are the friends? I'm sorry, it's curious. Like the people from Leap, like from your
Oh
Leap.
no, no. Sorry, you mean the ones from Leap?
Yeah, you said you're still in touch with people who were on the Leap trip with you.
Yes, one of them is called Bruno, and the other one's Diego. Yeah, they were both there with me.
That's awesome. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Cool. So let's talk about work. Like, are you enjoying your job? Are you like growing professionally? How's all that going?
Yeah, it's going very well, I would say. Like, there is a difference between my previous job and this company because this company is, I think, still categorized as a startup, right? So things move very fast compared to how I worked before. Even though the other company was very like techy, I would say, like they actually are a good reference in terms of technologies and these practices, right? Agile, this kind of things.
Yeah.
But still, it wasn't as fast as here. So I had to adapt a little bit. Like I had to spend my own time learning a little bit of, or sorry, about the things in the company, and the whole application architecture, this whole thing. And also there is some lack of documentation, all these things, but I think it's just the nature of the company. Like we're growing together and we're just learning. I'm doing more of this now, so more people that comes now. Hopefully, if we get some from a hack now, like they will probably have a much better onboarding, so they can probably learn things faster. But it's been like this. I actually got the opportunity to change, like because I was hired as a senior software engineer. Now I'm one of their team leads,
Nice.
and that's why I'm also like very involved with interviews, like interviewing people from here and also from VanHack. I
Yeah.
think it's maybe the second time that I'm doing that now. So I'm in the other side now. It's interesting. Yeah.
So that's really cool. So you're a van hacker who's interviewing other van hackers.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe someone watching this YouTube video will one day get an interview with you, and they'll say, "Oh, you know, I saw you on the podcast or the YouTube."
Yeah. That would be funny. Yeah.
Yeah, if you are watching this and you get an interview with Luan, make sure to do that. And give you bonus points, and maybe you'll make a difference to get an offer. No, but it's all about the skills and the cultural fit. But how is it? Like, how is it now? You're on the other side of the table. You're interviewing people. Like, that must be pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually had a very good opportunity at my previous job because one of the expectations is like for everyone, like when you grow in the company, you have to do interviews. So I kind of learned that even before. And then when I went to Italy, I also had to learn how to do interviews in English, which is another thing, right?
Mm.
So so now I feel way more prepared. And I think it's just going like well in general. For the company itself, they don't really have they didn't have a format for the interviews, but we are doing this like meetings to organize it better. And now we are standardizing everything. So
Mm.
yeah, I think yeah, it's been good experience.
That's cool. Okay, well, last question. What tip do you have for other van hackers who are watching this video or what listening to this podcast thinking, boy, I want to be like Luan? What would you say to them?
Hmm. Okay, so that's a good question. First thing I would say for sure is English. And in my case, as I mentioned, I had the opportunity to learn a lot in this company. Also, I travel to another country, so that for sure helped me. But other than that, I would say that's something that actually said in one of the. I think you guys had a kind of virtual conference that I was invited also, so I also shared some ideas there. To me, I would say don't feel like it's hard to say this, but don't feel too anxious like in the interview because these people also need you. So try to think about like there's if you were in their side, right? So now that I interview people, I do see that. So whenever we do the interviews, like I think about myself if I was in the other way,
Mm.
like probably being very anxious and like, oh, okay, I would like to get this job. But at the same time, on our side, we're very uh, what's a better word to describe that? But
Motivated.
yeah, motivated to hire someone.
Yeah.
So I'm just like very excited, asking questions and just thinking like, okay, this person's very good. I would like to hire him. And
Mm.
so if you make sure that you're feeling comfortable in the interview and just sharing your own experience, like try not to rush too much in giving the answers. Try just to explain things in a way that makes sense and also that provides a good example of impact that you provided in whatever you did before. So if you can show, that's actually something that I also learned with the VanHack. So if you can show like what was the challenge, what was the result, and the things that you did. This kind of thing is very nice to talk in this way and make the communication very clear so we can understand like very accurately what is your experience. So I would say most of the people that was with me in the Leap event, they did have lots of experience. And I don't know if some of them didn't get an offer, but I would say it might have been because of the communication, the way they explained, not because of their skills, I would say.
Interesting. It's a really good tip. And yeah, for those of you who need help with your English and communication, check out VanHack Premium. But also we have a lot of kind of free stuff too. So yeah, that's some good tips, Luan. Listen, Luan, thank you so much for this experience, or sharing your experience. For everyone listening here, please make sure to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, all those places. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Sign up to vanhack.com. It's free. You get access to hundreds of jobs, and maybe one day you'll have a job interview with Luan and work on his team.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for inviting me again, Ilya. Yeah, it was good talking to you.